Say, your playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, forever, forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple come tree, and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, 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 forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever.
Hello and welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. We are back. We're back with the golden scissors. Who has their golden scissors? Huzzah! We ride again. We craft again. I'm so happy to see your little faces. Welcome, oh welcome. It's been a long time. I spent a good chunk of time today trying to find an intro song for the Late Night Crafty Club. because I do want the perfect song for each of my live streams. And no matter what I did, I just couldn't envision a song other than this one, because this is the classic song that we used to listen to so many times. This was a song we played in camp. This was a song that has graced so many late night crafty clubs. So, yeah, so I just brought it back. Now, at one point, the artist, possibly her manager, said, yes, you have permission to use the song. So, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. So I don't know. So we might have to clip it when we go to upload it. I don't know, but just saying. But I'm taking a risk because the song belongs with the Late Night Crafty Club. So sometimes you have to take the risk. You have to, you got to do what you got to do. But I'm going to reach out to her and ask her, pretty please, can I use it and keep it in the live stream? And hopefully, I mean, I'll remind her that, like, once upon a time, you said yes. Because, oh my gosh, it brings tears to my eyes to hear it because of how much it meant in all of those seasons of the Late Night Crafty Club and camp. It was camp. It really what it was. It was camp reset. And if I recall correctly, I think that song first played in the 2018 camp. If I'm remembering correctly, and if I'm wrong, then it was 2019. It was in WannaCraft. So it was in one of those two. It's so nostalgic. It literally brings tears to my eyes. Just listening to it. Oh, gives me all the feels. So hello to all of my friends. Hello, Miss Linda and Miss Denise. Hello, Miss Lacey in Nova Scotia. Hello, Miss Karen. Hello, Miss Sherry Susan. Hello, Miss Bren. Hello, Miss Ray and Miss Laurette. And hello, Miss Heather. And hi, Terry. And hi, Miss Robin. Robin, your comment about where you live and its temperature made me laugh out loud. I think I could rival you, though. I really do. I think I could take you on that location name. As pretty as Reading is, I think maybe the vying for that name with just the temperature alone. Really, it's crazy hot here. Hi, Miss Anna. Hi, Connie. Hi, Robin. Hi, Miss Sharon. Hello, Miss Beverly. Hello, Miss Jeanette. Hello, Miss Trini. And hello, Miss Dawn in Canada. Hello, Miss Roller Girl. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Lisa. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Bonnie. Bonnie, hi. It's hard to erase that name, that image. How's Dallas doing? How's everything in Dallas? The heat, I'm sure. Hi, Miss Lee. Hi, Shanna. Hello, Miss Cat Mom in Minnesota. Joining the Minnesota girls. We got quite a few Minnesota ladies. Hello, Miss Linnell. Hello. Hi, Miss Jennifer. Hi, Miss Bethany, my friend in Tennessee. And hello, Miss Lillian. Okay. Hi, ladies. Welcome. I know that others will be coming in as the night progresses. Hi, Miss Mary Allen. I always want to say Mary Ellen. So in case you guys, hi, Miss Penny, didn't get the message, we whipped you up a little special printable for the Late Night Crafty Club because it's tradition, right? And you don't monkey with tradition. That's a line in a movie. That's some random brain cell. It's telling me that. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what movie that's from. And you don't. I feel like that's two different movies, actually. It's tradition. Okay, that is Ever After with Drew Barrymore. And then You Don't Monkey with Tradition is it's the movie with Julia Roberts. The Mystic Pizza. I answered my own trivia. What do I win? Okay. All right. Okay. So we whipped you up a bingo sheet. Okay. Well, does this look familiar? This type of little bingo sheet has been in our Crafty Club playbooks. We used to give them to you guys for the Late Night Crafty Club. It is like a little crafting prompt sheet. Sometimes you need a little jump start. Sometimes you need a little push, a little something, rather than face, like, what do I do? Where do I start? The prompts have been designed for the Late Night Crafty Club. And if you're here live listening to me, like right now in live time, you've attended the Late Night Crafty Club. So you can give yourself a crossing off, a sticker, however you want to mark up your sheet. There is a link in the chat room. It's pinned to the top of the chat room. Where else can you find this? If you're in the clubhouse, I made a post in the craft studio all about this. It's called Late Night Crafty Club. You can find the link there. You can also find it in the description box of this live stream, like that you're watching right now. If you happen to be on a device like your phone, a tablet, you can also access it there. And can you go, let me see. Can you go to the Reset Girl? I don't think you can access it from the Reset Girl. I think it is just like a standalone little, I don't know what this means or what this is, but I think that I'm trying to say it is just like it's like a little ethereal little website out there floating around in the URLs. I feel like I have to sneeze. Oh my goodness. So, I'm so sorry. This sneeze is like, it's going to try and get me. Hi, Miss Debbie. Let me catch up. Hi, Debbie. Hello, Kelly Anderson, a fellow Minnesotan. There is another Minnesota girl in here tonight. Hello, Miss Stephanie Sawmiller. Also Midwestern. That counts. Hello, Miss Michelle Kingsley from Down Under. Let's see here. Sarah, I think that's you. That's your super secret YouTube name. I'm thinking it's you. I'm going to guess it's Sarah. And hi, Chris Johnston, another Down Under Aussie. And I think I got everybody so far. Okay. You notice I'm greeting everybody by name. That is, again, tradition. That's Fiddler. Tradition. That is tradition of the Late Night Crafty Club. I think those are rules. I don't know. So please get yourself a bingo sheet. I do require that you give me your email. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair exchange. You give me your email. I give you the printable. I promise I'm not really, anyone who's been on my email list can tell you I'm really not a big emailer. I really am not. In fact, I don't even think I sent out a monthly email for July. I really don't send stuff out unless I have something important to say. I'm just not that person. Now, I sign up for other people's emails sometimes to get the freebie, to get the printable. I do it all the time. And I cannot believe the amount of emails people will send me. the sheer volume that they will send. One person will send like multiple in a week. It's crazy. And I think to myself, I'm glad I don't do this to my people, because you would legit have a reason to, break up with me. But I don't think I give you a reason to break up with me. I think I'm pretty polite and respectful of your email and your inbox. Okay. So, and I did also add some little extra offerings, and I said, hey, do you want to know about separate product launches? Because I might start doing separate little announcements like, hey, I'm literally just putting this product into the store. Do you want to know about it? Like sometimes it could be the physical stickers. Sometimes it could be a product. And maybe you don't want to wait until that one monthly email I send out. That you can opt into that. And another thing I gave you the option to opt into was something else. Oh, the single monthly email that I mostly do. I most of the time do it. But yeah, with the LNCC kind of resurrecting again, I will give you, if I do another bingo sheet, I will just email it to you. And I will let you know when I put more Late Night Crafty Clubs on the calendar. So I have a Late Night Crafty Club scheduled for the next 3 Fridays. So tonight, the next Friday, and the Friday after that. So the 9th and the 15th. So mark your planners. You got some plans for Friday. Your Fridays are scheduled. You got stuff to do for the next 3 Fridays. Just saying. Or you got the replay club on your own time by yourself. I won't be there. I'll be there in spirit. Just I won't be there, to interact with you. Hi, Miss Erica. Hello, hello. Hope you are enjoying the lovely Washington weather. Jealous. Hello, Miss Lynn. And let me see here. And hi, Miss Jennifer Red Rose. Okay. Are you guys ready to craft? We are going to be doing a 2-hour live. So a 2-hour live stream. I want to see what that feels like. Okay. 2-hour live stream tonight, 2-hour tour. I do want to mention a couple things besides crafting. I wanted to give you a summer skincare tip. I thought would be a little fun. Mix it up a little with my fellow Gen Xers, right? We are, a lot of us are into skincare as we're aging gracefully, but I thought I have a little skincare tip for you. And my boomer sisters, yes, you too. And the handful of millennials that I have in my audience. I'm going to just share this with you right now. Let's just get it out of the way. So I know, besides the sunscreen you wear every single day, right? I know a lot of us in the morning and evening might be moisturizer girls, especially as we get older. We lose a lot of moisture in our skin. I'm an oily girl, like oily skin girl, so I don't worry about dry skin. But I know quite a few of you seem to be dry skin girls. At least that's what I've learned from being in the clubhouse, and we've had all our spa days and had these discussions. So I just wanted to mention this because the thought of putting moisturizer of any kind on my face right now, the heebie-jeebies, because it is so hot. I can't even handle it. In fact, it is so hot, I can't even keep my skincare in my bathroom or back here. I have it in the front of the house where the air conditioner is mostly on, or at least it's the coolest part of the house. So I can't keep my skincare in the medicine cabinet because literally the sun shines on the side of the RV. That's literally the wall. The back of the back of my medicine cabinet is literally the wall of my RV. So you can't keep anything in there or it will melt. So I just saying it is hotsy totsy. So I don't want to put anything thick of anything remotely thick on my face. So I have been using just my essences, essence/toners. It depends on the manufacturer. Sometimes they'll call them a toner. Sometimes they'll call them an essence. These are products that come largely out of the Korean or Japanese skincare brands. I linked all 4 of these products in the description box so you could just click and, if you're interested, no pressure. But I loved these products so much, so much. Like I was literally just a big puddle in my hand and pressing it. These are products that they feel very watery and you literally press it into your face. So they're not something you put into a cotton ball and then wipe on like those old-fashioned toners we used to use when we were teenagers. They're not like that. They're not astringents. These are power-packed moisturizers that like get deep into your skin and they are so moisturizing you do not necessarily need to put anything on top of your face unless you are just a very, very dry skin girl. But so I wanted to share, there was this one by Landbell. These are empty because I used them all up, but they are really a very watery product. There is a little bit of viscosity in the formula. So you can actually feel a little slip to them. So they feel so silky and delicious. This is my favorite skincare product. So I never skip this step. I will wear this in the morning. I also have another product I wear in the morning. I swear by these. I will never not use these. You will have to pry them out of my little elderly hands. I will never, ever, ever give these up. The one I am using currently, look how delicious this one is. It looks like a beverage that you would get in a cafe. So this is the blackberry essence. It is like has a little creamy little top like milk. And then it has a little blackberry kombucha essence. I think it's kombucha. Vegan blackberry complex cream essence. And how you use this one is you shake it up and it gets all creamy and delicious, and you shake it into your hand and press it into your face. So I have 4 of them listed because there's a counterpart to this one by a different company. I love using it in the fall, and that one is it looks like mocha. So this is my summer that I love to use in the summer, and then I have one I like to use in the fall, the Dr. Cerecal. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because moisturizer is awful in the summer for those of us who are living living on the sun. So I just, if you are a lady that or hot flashes and the thought of just smearing on moisturizer, just even gel, I'm a gel moisturizer girl. I love a gel moisturizer, but I can't, I can't. I can't. But this I can because it dries and it doesn't leave anything, there's nothing there. You're not feeling like a film left behind. Just gorgeous, glowing skin. All right. That was my little tip. That was my little tippy tip. That's all I wanted to share. Okay. Hello, Miss Deb. Hello, Miss Karen. Hi, Diana. Hello, Betty Joe. Okay. All right. Betty Joe says that she has the black one. Isn't it delicious, Betty Joe? It is. And it's so fun to use. These ones are my favorite. The other one I have, it is the perfect fall winter product. It has like a sunflower oil in it. So it just leaves the slightest little sheen to your face and you just look so moisturized and glowing. Oh, it's the best. All right. What else did I want to say? I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer to share with you. I'm going to do a little ad, but let's get started, shall we? That's all I wanted to tell you. It was a fun little skincare tip. All right. Do we have our cards? I have mine. I have mine plus the little extras that I have in my card box, which is really a vintage recipe box, little recipe card box. But they look so delicious in here. They're like little eye candies. This is one of my boxes. I have another one too. So I have quite a few in here. So I'm just going to pick out some of that cut paper I started off with on the very first adventure. So if you have not been watching me for a while, I started doing this particular series on these little, I'm giving them a temporary name. This is not their permanent name. I'm temporarily calling them collage cards. They do have a much cuter name, but I want to roll that out properly in a workshop. So for right now, this is their stage name. So I did debut these in the Creative Reset series. That is on a different playlist on this channel if you want to start watching those. And the Creative Reset is really it's a different type of show, and it's really meant to talk about getting you crafting again. And decided to start using these because I wanted to find something that was a quick, easy craft that you could do. Technically, you could do a card in 5 minutes if you really wanted to. I tend to be a little fussy and very detailed, but that's because I enjoy it. But if you were just trying to just be occupied, do something soothing, get into a flow of creating again, this is a very easy way of jumping in. And the Creative Reset is all about helping inspire you to get jumped in. So I do tend to have a little message to pump you up in that series. don't let the timestamp scare you that they seem so long. You can see that there's timestamps in all of them. And you can jump right into where I start crafting. You can listen to my little cheerleading message and then start crafting. That's a great thing about the Replay Club. You are in control. You can make me sound like a chipmunk if you want to, apparently. Kelly Anderson, is that at two times the speed, or is that 1.5? I'm not sure at what point I become chipmunky. Hi, Andrea. It's good to see your little face. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Christy. Hello, Lisa. 1.5 apparently is chipmunk speed. Apparently, my laugh turns into a chipmunk nightmare. There you go. Okay. All right. So your bingo sheet is there to start filling out as you craft. Ladies, get your scissors ready, your glue sticks at the I don't have my glue stick. Your glue sticks primed. It's time to craft. Hello, Miss Melanie. Another Minnesotan. I was wondering if you were going to show up. So that's 3 Minnesotans in the house. Thank you, Miss Karen. Always reminding everybody, please thumbs up the live stream, ladies. Hello, Miss Catherine. Another Michigander. Another Michigander. There we go. That's 2 Michiganders. Struggling with that word. Hi, Anita. I'm not sure why that one is coming out so strangely. Okay. So, I'm still working through my honeys. Still got them to work through. I'm pulling out some vintage tape. Got my vintage tape, which is so yummy. This is one of my favorite sticker sheets, and Mark developed these quite a while ago. This was one of the first sheets that he developed for me because I loved the vintage tape that you see on all of, like, when we buy ephemera on old stuff, you'll see that old yellowing tape. So I think that he designed this tape back in 2016, I think. So it's been a favorite, but we didn't release it right away. I think I had it, like, I was just playing with it behind the scenes. And then one day it finally got released. Oh, speaking of, I have some honeys to play with that are prototypes. So I wanted to do that too. So let me work on that one first. So here is a honey that she's like a sketch. And let me do my top down. Top down, top down, top down. Okay, there's our top down. Okay, hi Leslie. Okay, so here's my little card. I have I pulled this one out. I tested her out with several. Now, she's actually a transparent honey. These are sketches. So these were honeys. These are different than the other style of honeys that we had in the shop. These ones are actually been hand sketched. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay. So we took honeys that exist and then we gave them to an illustrator and asked that illustrator to redraw them in a sketch hand-drawn style with this kind of outliney look. And he did amazing. So I wanted to give it a little test run because what I wanted to do was make a collage card and then kind of layer a honey on top as if she had gotten kind of penciled on. She's on a clear sticker paper. So I wanted to test that out. I have no idea what that would look like. But I can imagine it might be pretty cool. So I'm looking through my stuff, trying to see what can I layer on top of this. I didn't really pull out a whole lot of things tonight. I like things to be organic. Just to find things as I find things. So hello, Miss D. Good evening. Okay, so I got her. I'm gonna look through a pile I don't normally look through. That's pretty. And that looks really neat with the background. So this particular card is actually from a 12 by 12 sheet. And this is the one I deliberately cut so that the Craft Market um, brand of that collection name is showing at the bottom. So I want to see. I'm going to pull out some little extras here. This is from a collection. Geez, I wish I could remember the name of this. This isn't really a style that is typical for me. Sometimes I'll try to kind of get out of my little box. I try. I'm not always successful. I really do own the One Trick Pony title. Oh, look, here's a label from one of my skincare bottles. I just thought she was so cute. Look at her little face. She looks so sad. So I'm gonna pull her off because when I saw her, I was like, I want to craft with her. So I think that is what I'm going to do is set her aside for one of my cards. We'll just do something kind of strange with her. Maybe. I don't want to commit to anything. Okay. So let's see here. I got cards. 5 + 2 = 0. That's a new kind of math that these days. So you would definitely be able to see, like you can even see her through that. You can see the artwork through her, like just even now. So I'm just kind of testing. I really like the idea of her kind of coming up through the bottom of the card like that. So I'm going to play with that. I really love this really bold card. I'm not sure. This is probably a game of some kind. I'm thinking, how about 8 + 1, which is my favorite number, 9. That's clearly not a 9, but but I know that it is. So it's like, okay, I like that one better. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking. Keep looking. What would be fun to add is a clip of some kind. That's fun. So I'm gonna go into my little clippy box and I have all different kinds of fun clips. And I have these clips from the Tim Holtz. They're these really interesting little vintagey little clips. So I think I'm going to use one of those as something. Now this color scheme needs a little extra. I feel like, does it need some orange? I feel like it kind of does. We've got some orange tickets, ephemera. Does it need a creamy orange? The Beatles. Okay. Does anybody want to share their favorite Beatles song? Anyone, do you have a favorite Beatles song? Does anything come to mind? Okay, and I would be remiss not using one of the stitched pieces, especially when it's the Craft Market collection, because that is stinking cute. And look at how cute I'm sorry, but look how cute these little butterfly cards are with the Craft Market text. Isn't that adorbs? How do I incorporate that? I don't want to cut the card. But do I need to cut the card? How would I cut the card? I could cut the card and turn this into an embellishment, like cut it away. But would it still be cool if I did that? Oh, and it's my number. Oh, goodness. Now, one thing I don't have going on in my box is a lot of like kind of ephemera that's like kind of popping up and like, giving you different what am I trying to say? Different what is that word? Height, like different heights, like different I can't think of the word. Isn't that always the way? So frustrating. Okay. I don't know. I'm so torn. I think that looks amazing with it. It looks so good. And I think if I cut the card, I would probably I feel like I'm just going to be so sad if I did. I don't know, you guys. I don't think I'm a very brave crafter. I feel like I have to admit that. There's a lot of people that are just like, jump in and I'm just going to do it. And I don't think I'm that person. I think I'm a safe crafter, which is kind of why I just kind of do the same stuff all the time because I like what I like. What do you think of yourself? Are you a brave crafter or do you think you're sort of a safe crafter? Is that the right word? A safe crafter? Just maybe that's not the right. I don't want it to sound like I'm not disparaging the safe crafters, by the way, because whatever that word I'm trying to think of is, I'm that too. I would say it's more of like you have your like style and it's kind of hard to get out of that style and it's not necessarily that you feel like you need to. You like being in that lane, like you feel comfortable and that's where I don't know, you just are. I recognize that I just don't really have a lot of I don't know. Does doing stuff like this, does it require bravery? Okay, so Laurette says she is fearless. I do it all. Okay, Terry says safe. Okay, I'm also getting some input on what I could do. So I am getting the fussy cutting. I am getting some fussy cutting recommendations. If I had another card like this, let me see if I have another card like this in my collection. Because if I do, that's an interesting card. If I have another card like this, I would probably feel less bad about cutting it up. That's an interesting card. It's like an orange slice from California. California, taking the orange slice. Interesting. I would be curious which state produces more oranges, Florida or California? If we had to go head to head, who is the one that does the most? All right, this appears to be my only orangey thing. All right, I'm not getting very far with this particular card. Okay. I love this but I do love this. I don't know. How do you maybe it needs to be like that. Oh, I could make it a little higher so it's like a tab like the other ones have. That I like. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm making a decision, okay? Executive decision. I don't know what this game is, but it's some kind of card game. Something vintage. All right, I got answers to the Beatles question. I saw quite a few of the I got Sergeant Pepper yesterday. Hi, Joanne. Yellow Submarine, Hard Day's Night, Imagine, Here Comes the Sun, Hey Jude, yesterday, Imagine, Here Comes the Sun. So actually, I see the answers tend to be more of their old, like their older stuff, newer stuff. Yeah, the stuff that they made towards the latter part. Is that true? Wait, am I saying that right? Mm, mid stuff. They kind of had some interesting stuff in the latter part. They kind of went they kind of went experimental. Okay, there's that. So I she needs some pizzazz. What happened? I think I put the wrong one on there. That's not the right one. That's what I get for talking and not paying attention. All right. So we need a little extra. So be extra, be very extra. Sometimes that is necessary. Okay, so I'm just making this super eclectical polka. Okay, I want to hold your hand. Got that one in the hopper. I wanna hold your hand. That is more classic, right? That's more when they were kind of in the younger stage of their career and they were more like they're kind of the original boy band, right? It's kind of funny watching the older I remember being a girl, like a younger girl, and watching the older films of girls reacting to the Beatles. I'm guessing these girls would have been like watching your moms, when they were teenagers reacting to the Beatles and just being absolutely not understanding, just not understanding why girls were acting that way towards the Beatles. Because at that stage, I could not conceive of any band being that exciting or that cool that you would scream and pass out and act like you were just losing your mind. I mean, it was the strangest thing. Do you guys remember that? Being younger and seeing like that film footage, that black and white film footage of young girls losing their minds, screaming, like literally just screaming. And I remember seeing girls pass out. And I just thought, what is this? What is wrong with these girls? Because when we were young, there wasn't anybody in our era that people behaved that crazy about. Oh, okay. Chris, hello, Chris. Let's see. Very much blessed. Hello and welcome. Let's see. Anna says best is in my life. In my life. That one sounds familiar. I'm not gonna sing. Trust me. That would just be wrong. Um, I'm gonna go. The first song that popped into my head, and that's mostly because I'm probably not thinking. I can't think of all their song catalog right now. I genuinely love "Oh Darling." I love it. I once watched one of the Olympic skaters dance to it. She was wearing jeans and she had a chair. If I don't know if any of you ever saw her, and she danced to that on this. Not, it was not. She was an Olympian skater, but she wasn't in the Olympics at the time. But I remember her picking that song and dancing to it, and it was skating to it, which just it was incredible watching someone skate to it. But I've always thought that song was just such a lovely song. Okay. Um, what do we got going here? I'm, I don't know. You know what I need? I need some stamp. I need to add some like texture going on back here. All right. I hope there's some crafting going on. Okay, I got other stuff to talk about. So, what are you guys watching on TV lately? Or TV, movies, binge watching of any type? What's going on? What are you hooked on? What's happening? What's happening, hot stuffs? Let's see. I'm trying to read this roller stamp. It is August. I got that right. And it's the second. All right. I got my stamp set up. I am stamped for success here. Okay. So Robin says she's watching the trailers. Okay. Bethany says she doesn't get it. The thing about the girls reacting to the Beatles that way. Okay. I just didn't get it either. I couldn't understand it. Like, there's been plenty of bands that have been awesome. I've gotten to see in live person and everything, but like, nobody ever would make me react that way. I don't know. I'm not trying to like make fun of anybody. I just couldn't, as a young girl, I just did not understand that. What is happening? It's kind of the same thing with Elvis. You know, he created the same odd reaction. Like what's happening to these girls? Hi, Alyssa. It's been a long time no see. Good to see you, girlfriend. She says I just started watching. Okay, there's a heart covering over what you're saying. Sharon, I'll get back to that. Sharon says the Braxtons. Catherine says Big Brother. Melanie says she's currently watching the watercolor class that she's enrolled in. Heather says I don't have a TV, but when you had Netflix, you binge watch Heartland. Lisa said NCIS. Margie says watching simple living videos and reading the Theo of Golden. I'm not always familiar with a lot of these things of which you ladies speak. Erica says that rewatching The West Wing for the zillionth time. Anna says murder mystery on BritBox and Acorn TV. Jennifer's watching certain events of the Olympics. Leah's watching Madame Blanc mysteries. Are those also British mysteries or are they a different genre of mysteries? Okay, there we go. Alyssa's watching Frasier for the millionth time. Hello, Miss Jennifer Gober. I'm glad you were here too. I haven't seen your little face in a long time. And hello, Miss Ramona. Bren says I watch Friends and the Big Bang reruns every day. Now, isn't that great? Like, when you can watch, like a show so much that you can like rewatch it and never get tired of it. There were some episodes of like certain shows like that, even though you know what's coming and what's going to happen, it can still like make you laugh, or you can still just you can. It's like you're watching it for the first time. It's so good. Okay, Laurette says the Bridgertons, Madam Secretary, and the White Collar. Deb says she went to see Inside Out 2 yesterday with a friend. It was very good. I saw the first one, which I thought was really cute. Jennifer says Snowpiercer is finally back and Rings of Power season 2. Tammy says I would go crazy for the Backstreet Boys, so I can't judge. All right, that's fair. I think I took my daughter to see the Backstreet Boys when she was a little girl. They came to Tacoma, and when I say little girl, I think she was maybe 10 or 11, and I took her to see them. I think that was like a cool mom moment, I guess. I mean, it was they were pretty benign for what, they were benign. Chris says Criminal Minds. Some of like those shows, like those are like really awesome because there's so many seasons of them. They can just go on and on and on. Jennifer says she's the same way. Was watching The Office. Jennifer, let me ask you this. Me and Mark had this conversation. When I talk to someone who's never watched The Office, and by when I talk to someone is very infrequent because we don't ever talk to anybody. But if I ever talk to somebody who's never watched The Office, I realize now that I would never tell them to watch season 1. I would tell somebody to start The Office at season 2, episode 2. I can't even handle episode 1 of season 2. It's like sometimes the secondhand embarrassment cringe is so bad. You have to be a super fan to be able to go back and watch season 1 and like understand it. Like they were just trying things out. But if you are trying to ease somebody into it, knowing what you know, I feel like it's just a bad idea to tell them to watch season 1 because it's just not the same show. And that's why they rewrote it, because Michael is such a different character. People didn't really love the show in season 1, so they went back to the drawing board, and that's why he is very different in season 2. So what do you feel the same about that? Because I need to have I need validation. I need validation on that. The fans of The Office, please tell me what your thoughts are on that. Would you say that's a good approach? Do you have that same feeling? Because I have heard people go, I don't understand why people like The Office. It's terrible. And then you ask, and they started with the first season. And to be fair, you have to admit, the beginning of the first season is kind of lame when you think about how funny it actually gets. So, I mean, there's some shows that are very popular that I struggled to like in the beginning, and I had to push myself through. And then I was like, okay, I'm glad I pushed myself a little harder to try and like it, because it actually didn't end up being pretty good. Sharon says, hi, Miss Sharon Wilcox. She says, the Bridgertons. I keep hearing all kinds of things about that show. It's everywhere. Murdoch Mysteries. Miss Robin says, Ramona says, crafty videos, claim to fame, Hallmark Mysteries. Lee says, okay, that one, those are set in France. I was kind of thinking that because of its Madame Blanc. That sounds very French. Deborah says, the Flash, Arrow, Nikita Haven. I don't have Pureflix, but looking forward to Cameron Bure new cozy mystery in October. The Cozy Mysteries. Let's see. Oops, I ran out. Okay. Well, it's okay, Jen. I'm glad that you're still here. The Thin Man movies for Karen. Chuck is my favorite comfort show. Rings of Power. Used to watch Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries and Vera Love Brit shows. The last time I tried to watch a Brit series was Call the Midwife. Me and my mom watched it together. We made it. I think we made it through season 2, and then we couldn't go any further. It just, I don't know what it is about some shows. They get to season 3 and it's like some weird thing happens where the writers lose their minds. They just completely change. They pivot into a weird, I don't know. So it just happens so often with the season 3 of so many series. And so we just stopped watching it. But it started out really great. I think that's the last British series I think I've watched. Denise, you're not crazy. Good music is good music. If you like it, they do sing they have, you know what it is about Backstreet Boys? No, wait, BTS. Sorry, not Backstreet Boys. A lot of those guys, a lot of the boy band, it's because they have like a harmony type singing style. And can we agree that harmony singing styles kind of don't go out of fashion? You know, they really don't. And that's kind of that idea, that concept is like, it's like, it comes from like, think about how many different styles of that boy band style came from like doo-wop, you know, like the early rock and roll brought us that style of like the classic boy band or man band, that singing style. And also, they're really fun to watch dance. I love watching Korean dance, like watching them dance, the little dance groups. I'm getting sucked into the chat and I'm totally not crafting, but that is what happens on the Late Night Crafty Club. So just saying. Okay. Jen Gober is giving me my validation. Thank you very much. She says I tend to start The Office in the second half of season 2. There you go. All right. Bethany says, okay, apparently I'm the only one who spends way too much time watching YouTube. Bethany, that's that's what I was thinking. You and me, sister. I find myself, I have been doing that for the last few years, but me and Mark have finally broken into watching some shows again. There you go. Alyssa has accepted the fact that her husband's just not going to watch The Office. Heather's never seen The Office. So yeah, there's so much stuff on YouTube, so much stuff. And if I wasn't ever on YouTube, I would never be sharing with you guys in the clubhouse all of the great stuff I find. There you go. There you go, Robin. That is the secret key. Skip season 1. Start in season 2, episode 2. I'm telling you. That is the way to go. If you're ever going to watch The Office, if you're ever going to give it a try, I'm begging you. As your sister in crafting, please do yourself a favor. Season 2, start at episode 2. I'm not saying you're going to love episode 2. I'm just saying start there because you're going to you'll at least have a fair shot of liking it. Okay. Midsummer Murders is good. Never seen Call the Midwife. Kelly says, Jeff has started watching Schitt's Creek. Oh, she said it's mostly enjoyable. Yeah. Catherine, is her last name O'Hara? And I forget the other actor's name, but yeah, boy, I think that they've been around for so long. I think they've been around, that they're two of those comedic actors that kind of started out their careers together. You know, like so many actors started out doing like little, what do you call that when you do improv? I think if you looked back in their careers, they started out in improv stuff together, which is kind of cool when you see them act together. Okay, so I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit because otherwise the Late Night Crafty Club is like the Late Night Chatty Club. By the way, that is at times what the Late Night Crafty Club often was at times. Sometimes the crafting bug did not bite, and I would end up being more chatty. Laura says that she watches a ton of YouTube late at night. Yeah, there's so much stuff on YouTube. It would, if you had nothing else, if you had nothing else at your disposal but YouTube, you would be educated and entertained for the rest of your life. There's so much stuff on it. Melanie says no Office for me either. Betty Jo says Grey's Anatomy. Extraordinary Attorney. All right. Okay. Oh, Heather Hansen, you're so sweet. Thank you. I see your little comment. Bonnie says she still loves Backstreet Boys. All right. So, okay. Linda says no one was like the Temptations, right? When you think about it, they were the original like sing and dance, and like all of the boy bands that came after that, they really are just kind of copying that. They're just, their dance style's different, but it's the same kind of coordinated sing and dance. And what I loved about like watching the Temptations or the Four Tops or Smokey and the Miracles, like the Miracles, is just how classy they all were. You know, they wore like they were so polished looking, and they just, I don't know, just very, very classy. Maybe they didn't act that way in their real lives, but they are very, very classy. And they made such good music, such good music. All right. Okay. we continue. Okay, so let me tell you what I have been watching, because me and Mark have been watching, oddly. I think I know what it was. We got access to Hulu, my daughter's Hulu account. She it was like a family thing, so she let us. So I was watching something on it, and I haven't watched anything on any of those type of platforms in a super long time. So it was like, I don't know. It was like a shock to the system. What's going on in the world? Because, like I said, all I have been watching for the last, I don't know, 2 years has really been YouTube. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I did not know existed. So one of the shows we were watching that comes from the National Geographic channel is called To Catch a Smuggler. So we're watching that, and then we found Deadliest Catch, which I used to watch when it first came out. I probably started watching it in season 2, season 3. And it's been years and years since I've seen it, and I didn't realize like it is still on the air. It is still going strong. So we started watching Deadliest Catch, and I gotta tell you, mentally, it's when it's so hot outside, I don't know. It's a little refreshing to watch people be out in this Arctic snow, this snowy Arctic world. Yes, it is very difficult to watch people that are doing such a grueling, I can't believe men struggle like that, to fish. It is amazing. I I can't. I think most of us would admit that that takes a very special person to be able to work a job like that. But Deadliest Catch is a really it's a really interesting show. I don't know what happens to it over the years, but at least in the beginning, which is what I'm more familiar with, it was a really good show. So we've been watching that. Um, what else? Oh, and I have been playing a couple video games actually, because I got some new, they call them a mod. So sometimes they'll make a game, like it'll upgrade a game and make it more fancy or cooler. So I bought a mod that made one of the games I have more fun and interesting. So I have been playing that. Plus I have a game that has a cheat in it so that like I kind of can't die basically, because I wouldn't last. No, Kelly, I'm not playing Stardew Valley. I I have yet to try that game. I know I'm playing a a different game, but I'm playing it more so because it has like you can build you can build settlements, and you can build settlements, and I love games where you can build and gather stuff and all that fun. That's the fun part of it to me. So it's Fallout 4. But like I said, I have a cheat code. Tammy says she loves that game. I have a cheat code. Bye, Linda. It was good to see you. Um, I have a cheat code though that basically would keeps me alive, because I am not very good with the Xbox controller. I am not a gamer, so I would die like pretty fast if I had to play that on my own. So I'm not ashamed to admit that I will play with the cheat code. Um, okay, I hope I'm going to say your name right, Halia. Hopefully, I'm saying it right. Oh, my favorite show is Friends. Oh, Lincoln Lawyer. That series wasn't on very long, was it? It went away pretty fast. Chris says that he and his wife love Fallout 4. Chris, do you guys play with the co-pilot? Have you ever tried that pilot method of playing? That is how I learned how to use the controller. Is my husband figured out that the Xbox has a co-pilot feature where you can actually share a character. You each have your own controller, but you are both kind of making the character move. Now, this is really for someone who doesn't know how to use a controller very well, like myself, being a Gen Xer. My last gaming system I ever used was the Atari. I never used any of the other systems that came in between, and we were trying to do something together. So he tried to teach me, but all those buttons, if you girls are familiar, if you have, kids and stuff that you've gotten game systems for, they have so many buttons and there's so many little moves and all of that. I cannot do it, but Mark is so sweet. He taught me, like all I had to do was like push Y, push Y. Laurette, what ages are Gen Xers? So I think the cutoff is like 1964 to 1985, something like that. So okay, so you're playing it on the PC. I actually was kind of interested in the 76 because of the beautiful landscape. It's very fall. Hi, Justine, down there, down under. And Stardew Valley, it looks really cute. I was watching a bunch of playthroughs on YouTube. I was watching. That's how I've been learning a lot about different games. Trying to understand them. So I watched a bunch of Stardew Valley. I was watching. Ladies, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's actually like a little niche for girls, I guess you could say, girls, ladies, that are called cozy games. So if you're interested in more of like games that are kind of more of like Kelly, what's an example of Stardew Valley that is more well known? Is it like what's that farming one? I didn't play it, so I don't know what the name of it is. I can't think of what it's called. It was that really very popular farming type game. Hi, Miss Ellen. Good to see you. Alyssa says, you sound like me. I'm not good either. I can play one game, Mario Kart. See, Alyssa, if I tried to play Mario Kart, I would crash. Like the driving car games are like my worst. I can't even stay on the track. Farmville. Okay. So would you say that Stardew Valley is similar to Farmville? And did you know that Stardew Valley was created by one man, made that game? I watched a little documentary about it. I was like, what? So I'm been very, very, very much into the playing and setting up settlements in the evening time. Ray says every once in a while I remember we have a Switch and I play Animal Crossing. Okay, Ray, that is a perfect example. So Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, I think they kind of fit in that little they fit in that genre together. I see that a lot, people talking about those together. Merge Dragons is a great cozy game for mobile devices. I have seen that, Michelle. I was playing a game called there's one about mansions, Mystery Mansion something, and I saw Merge Dragons because when you play a game, there's always ads and stuff. I was playing one called I was playing a game. What is that game called? Scavenger Hunt. Oh my gosh, what an adorable game Scavenger Hunt is. If you're interested, if you like games to play on your tablet, Scavenger Hunt is an adorable game. It can be ad free if you just purchase it outright, and it's very, very reasonable. And then you can just earn little points and stuff if you want to. But it's a really fun game. Hogwarts Legacy is my favorite cozy game. So, JW Scrapper, I'm not a gamer. Always spend my downtime paper crafting. I get a lot of joy from creating. I should too. But see, you know what okay, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Okay. I'm going to admit something. I don't know if I've ever admitted this. Okay. So I'm going to admit something. I'm going to be transparent. Um, once I learned how to use the controller and I know how to play two games. Okay. Playing those games and going exploring the little world of both of these games is such a soothing experience. It's been such a wonderful experience that it has been what I have used for like stress relief and creating and helping me. It is literally what I've used to plan so many of our camps and retreats because I will get creative block. And so I will go play one of the games and go ride a horse in one of them and just go ride the horse and explore the world. And there's just something about it that is so soothing. It has beautiful music. Um, I would be Chris, if you can guess which game that is. So it has beautiful music, it has beautiful scenery, and it is a vast world. And I will go explore there. And then this other game. So I use them as a creative experience, and I cannot tell you how many times I have planned all of our events using the video game experience to help me unblock. It's like my brain is it's like creating in the background while I'm doing something that feels a little more mindless. Does that make sense? So yeah. So one of the games I call it riding my horsey because I'll just go buy a horse, go ride around on a horse. I know it's so funny. So what platform do I plan? Mark has an Xbox One, so we bought it for his birthday when we were in Pigeon Forge, if you guys remember that time. So we got it for his birthday. I'm not looking where I'm supposed to be looking. Sorry, looking at myself again. Um, I'm not used to this. I've been doing live streams in so long that I'm not in that pattern that I was in for so long. Um, Jen says I like June's journey too. So yeah, it depends. I find that to be a very creative um process. Crafting does not do that for me. It does not help me do that planning, but doing that somehow does. I know that's really interesting. But the whole process of planning a like camp reset or harmony retreat or the clubhouse, like when I was doing seasons, that is a creative process, and that takes so much work and effort to plan all of that and write all of it and do all of the things that like that is creativity. So once I'm going through that motion, it's like there's a difference between crafting and creating. And so that process just like takes everything, you know what I mean? So this is like little small things, but I don't do this very often. I just do the crafting thing with you guys. I don't do it like on my own usually. It's kind of like I'm going to be doing these live streams with you for the next, like I said, the next 3 Fridays we will be doing late night crafty chatty club. Um, but yeah, I just I really have liked I have really enjoyed that process. Is just like it's better than watching like television or something. It's better than just watching a movie because it's active and I'm thinking the whole time, and it's just so soothing. I just love it. So anyway, uh Michelle likes Minecraft. So yes. Oh, Alyssa, yes, exactly. Gameplay is a great way to get unstuck. Exactly. Because there's been times where I've had a deadline where I have to get the camp launched or something, and I cannot get like something solidified. Like the countdown is on. Like I told you guys that I'm going to have camp launched by this date, and I'm like just a couple weeks out, and I still haven't even done something major. So that is like, I got to go ride my horsey. So the truth is out. That is what I've been doing. That is how the camps get built. It's because I go play a video game. All right. I have confessed. I feel so much better now. So Um, thank you, Laurette. I'm not talking about Zelda. It's a Bethesda game. A Bethesda. Um, hello, Miss Justine. I see your little face. It's not, Jen, it's, exactly. It's like I'm putting all my creative energy into that project because like I want it to be so amazing. And, so anyway, it, that's kind of that's kind of where I'm at. So the Xbox is what I have. Justine says I have the same jammy. I have been owning this pajamas. Tracy Claiborne gave me these pajamas, I think in 2017 as a Christmas gift. Maybe 2016, and still have them. I still wear them. I still love them. Yeah, your wife. That's funny that your wife would guess that. Um, there you go. So I just like to explore the world of these games are so beautiful. They're nothing like the games that we played when we were kids. Atari, which, for a lot of us, the Atari was the first home game system. And I used to play that with my brother, but Atari is like this. It was like a single joystick. That's all it was. Did you guys have an Atari system when you were younger? I know like some of you who are younger probably may have started out your life with like a Nintendo system, but those of us who were a little older, if you had a system, it was probably an Atari. I know Mark has one. Diana says she has them too. She bought them for camp. Yeah, when they came out, I think that's why Tracy got them for me because it was like for camp. Chris says Atari. Yes, Atari. Michelle says she plays her games on PC. All of these games that I'm talking about, the gamers who like do amazing things with their games, they definitely use the PC. And what's so fun is you can actually watch people play these games I'm talking about on YouTube. You can watch them build all of their like settlements. You can watch them. It's amazing. There's like whole channels with millions of followers that will watch them do playthroughs, to watch them build their worlds. And it's so interesting to me. And it gives me a lot of ideas actually for like what I would do, on what I would do like on my channel or how I would do different things or how I would do things like in my game. I mean, it's just kind of interesting. It's just a different way to do creative things, or teach myself something that's hard, like a technical thing that's hard. And that little breakthrough can often make me push through to do something like that I have to do on my computer because it's like recess. Everybody needs a break and do recess. So that's my recess. Ellen says my nephew monetized his gaming. Yeah, some of these gamers, man, whoo, their platforms are huge, and I wouldn't. I'm only interested in these couple of games, but it is really fun. There's a couple girls that are really a lot of fun. I will give you the next time we talk, I will give you a couple channels that I'm talking about that are like cozy gamers they're girls, and they talk about all the girl friendly games that are stuff that guys would be interested. You ladies would be more prone to being interested in, that are just adorable, that are just cute, that are, there's no battling, there's no violence, just things that would make you feel like, stuff like that. Betty Jo says she likes to play The Sims. I remember that was a game I did play on the PC at one time when like The Sims 2, I think. That was fun when it first came out. But so yes, I see a lot of Ataris in the chat room. The Atari crowd. My kids had an Atari 400. So yeah, We have an Atari gang here. K Daisy. Okay, I'll have to note, Jen, who's the other ones I like. Okay, I'll get back to my crafting. Okay, top down. Okay, so I got my girl on the card. See how cute that looks? Maybe see, let me figure out how to zoom in. Hold please. You gotta see. Oh, I'm doing it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I got her. I don't have my glasses on, so I may have put her in a weird spot. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to leave her there. So that is what she would look like. So it looks like she's kind of been sketched over the top of the artwork. And then, and now I'm going to do my little extra stuff that I like to do. Oh, Lisa says we also had a Sega. I totally forgot about the Sega. Who did the Dreamcast? Was that Sony? At one point, my brother had like all the systems. He was really into gaming. That was really his thing at one point. I was not. And my daughter really wasn't either. She was not into games. So I just kind of skipped all that. I didn't have a son, so I didn't have like any reason to be playing anything. So I just never had a reason to learn how to use all those fancy controllers. But when Fallout came out, my brother was really into that game, and I remember watching him play like Fallout 2. Was it 2? It was probably Fallout 3 and 76. So, Chris, have you ever watched the channel Oxhorn? I don't know how big of a Fallout person you are, but he's a fun channel. He talks a lot about lore, and he's like got a whole series on 76. Okay, so I got this going on. I am really starting to really like this card. I wasn't sure if I was liking it at first. It was kind of slow it coming together, but now we have movement now. So because I have this really, really bright color coming out here, I want to get a little pick up more of this blue. So I'm gonna get this in here. Jennifer says Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt. Was that an Atari game, Jennifer? Or are you thinking of something more like are you thinking of a classic game? Because Duck Hunt sounds like a old game, like an Activision game. Do you guys remember Activision? One of the Activision games that I personally really liked was called Jungle Hunt, and there it was like snapping alligators, and you had to like swing from vine to vine. Those games are so funny when you look at games today and you see like how crazy that is. Oh, that's funny. Anita says my husband streams Oxhorn to go to sleep too. He and I play World of Warcraft together as our date. Aw. Yeah, Oxhorn, I love his Fallout his what do you call them? Like his lore series when he talks about all the backstory. It's so interesting because he you learn so much about um what the writers kind of hid in the game, like and he shares so much stuff. It's so fascinating. You guys, if you've never played some of these games, you don't realize like it's almost like watching a movie but like interacting with it. Like the writing, the storytelling, some of them are like almost like being inside of a movie. but you get to interact and make decisions. It's so interesting. And some of them are so cinematic. Oh my gosh. They just keep getting better and better. But I definitely have my limit of what I'm interested in. Hi, Doreen. It's good to see you. I haven't seen your little face in so long. I'm so happy to see you. Okay, so I got that one going on. All right, let me see how this looks inside my little box. I like it a lot. Do I have enough going on? It's kind of funny. I'm going to spend 2 hours in doing the Late Night Crafty Club, and then I'll have like one card done. Okay, I want to make sure. Did I talk about? Yes, I wanted to talk about Fallout 4. I want to see. Does anyone? So Anita, I love that. I'm so glad your husband that you guys play together. That's so cute. Does anyone else play games with their husband? Annie remembers Atari Asteroids. Okay, Chris says that he hasn't. He will look it up. All right. That dude has got the best channel if you want to learn stuff about Fallout. It is amazing and it's so in depth on I'm curious like how people even learn some of the backstory. What's going on? What am I Oh, I see. I forgot to zoom out. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. She says it's quality, not quantity. Okay. Chris says my wife and I played Warcraft, EverQuest, Fallout 76, and lots of Minecraft. So, Minecraft must be a fun game because you guys were mentioning, quite a few of you have mentioned it, and I know my nephews were really into it, really into it. So it must be a really fun game. It's kind of funny because when I look at it, it definitely gives me Atari vibes, which is kind of funny. And I think probably the point of it was it definitely was kind of bringing back that old school, look to it. Alyssa says my husband and I are board card gamers. Do you guys remember the talking about Everdell? Um, did you guys, okay, Bonnie, if you're still here, and Kelly, I know you two have Everdell. Did you guys know that Everdell has an online version of it? Dawn says she plays Animal Crossing. Well, it's good to know that there's a lot of you that actually do play games. There's a digital version of Everdell, so it can be played online, like interactively. So I wanted to test that out. I wanted to see. Did you guys want to? Mark is like dying for someone to test that out. And Alyssa, Everdell is that might be something you may be interested in, especially if you have like younger people in your group. I mean, I've played it with adults and it's actually super fun. It is absolutely so fun and charming. It is a cozy game for sure. Um, it's one of those fancy games, like that kind of, what do you call that? Like a European style game where it's all beautifully illustrated and everything. Okay. So let me see what I can cross off. And I don't know what way I want to cross this out. So for right now, I'm just going to put a little dot next to the ones that you know, I'm giving myself. Okay. So I attended the Late Night Crafty Club. Yes, I did. I honeyed. I stamped. What else did I do? I mean, technically I made, but I don't want to go crazy here. I washied too. See how fast you can fill this in? All right, I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to fill it all in at once. I want to let it breathe a little. Okay. So let's get another card going. So I really love these. Okay. So this paper is also Craft Market, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's not Craft Market. This paper is from Wonder. It's also it's I'm forgetting the name of the company, but it's also um you guys, what is that? I cannot believe I am forgetting the name of this company. But this paper is ridiculous. I absolutely love this pattern paper. And my little baby diamonds fit perfectly in these little spaces. So I am going to, those of you who are having trouble downloading, I am so sorry. That is not supposed to happen. You're supposed to easily be able to download it. Jen says, I tried playing Everdell on the Nintendo Switch. They have it on the Switch. I got sucked into other games. I need to try it again. So, I need to do a video still about that game. I feel like it is the perfect fall game. Perfect, perfect. Okay, speaking of perfect, look at that. That fits like a glove, like it was made, like they designed this paper. So yes, and I am so sorry, Betty Joe, that they are not interested in playing. It's such a fun game. But yes, they do have an online version. I haven't played it, so I don't know exactly how it plays. Kelly just said though, Kelly Anderson, she just said that she has played it online. So I don't know if the same online version that I saw is the same one Kelly's playing. So there's one you can play interactively with other people, if I understand Mark correctly, because Mark's the one that was explaining it to me. And he said, oh, you can play with people in the community. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I did not follow up with him on that magical information. So I need to do that. So yeah, look at this. It's magic. Magic. So, and it looks amazing when it's all full. So I am doing that. Oh, yes, Annie reminds us of Frogger. Okay, who has Frogger's little song in their head now? That game was so fun. And do you guys remember the Seinfeld episode where George found a Frogger game and he was trying to get it across the street without unplugging it? Yeah, do you remember it had a little like a little gamer song. The game played a song. I have it in my head right now, but I'm afraid to do it. Please tell me that somebody else hears that song in their head. The little chimey song that it played. Not a song with words, but the little video. Right, Erica? The little bleep bleep song. Beep boop boop. If I recall correctly, I don't know if Seinfeld actually used the song in that scene, but I loved that scene so much. They filmed the street top down so you could see George trying to move from like as if he was like moving in the traffic just like in the game. Am I thinking of the right game, like the right song? Okay, Chris, you're making me doubt myself now. I am what you know what I'm thinking? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Because you asked me that question and I'm beginning to doubt myself. I am thinking that the song that is playing in my mind actually might be the theme song for Dig Dug. The little song that he is playing as he's digging the little tunnels. And then it plays right up until he starts, pumping up the little. All right. Laureate's got bingo. Doreen says, it's been a while, but we also like chicken foot dominoes. I have not heard of chicken foot dominoes. That sounds like a lot of fun. All I've heard, the only type of dominoes I've heard that's like has a name is Mexican train. Okay, Jen Gober got it to work. And then Justine says as soon as she clicked on it, a little dinosaur came up. Apparently, our printable doesn't like Australia. It's like, nope, we don't send it there. Okay, Chris got it to work. Okay, Lisa says yes. I think you're correct. Okay, I think I am too, Lisa. The more I think about it, the more I think it's the Dig Dug song that is popping into my head. Do you guys remember Dig Dug? And if I sang it, if I made the little song, I bet you guys would be like, "Yep, that's Dig Dug." That was a cute that was a cute game. There was a few little games that came out in that era. There was Dig Dug, Burger Time, and Ladybug that were really cute little games, and I would call those games very girl friendly. Those were not really games I think that like it just didn't seem like if I went to an arcade, it seemed like there was girls were more interested in playing those ones than boys were. That would be my observation. Do 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 do. It was like that. I think I was wrong. I don't think that was Frogger. I stand corrected. I take it back. Remember Burger Time, Sherry Susan? That was a fun game. And then there was one called Ladybug. And I remember these games specifically because we used to go to Circus in Las Vegas every year, and they had a really cool arcade, and they had those specific games, and they were like lined up in a row, and so that was like a really cool memory of playing those when they came out. They were like my favorite games, even though I was not good at them. I wasn't good at any of those games. Okay, Chris is in Canada, so another Canadian because we have two Canadians in the three Canadians in the house. Oh, Canada. Okay. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. Did I just cut that too much? I think I did. But despite the fact that I cut it too much, I definitely think that is going to still be okay. Yeah, it still looks good. Still looks good. All right. Things are coming along, but I gotta put a honey on it because there's always gotta be a honey on it. I have a card without a honey? I I think I do. There's one. So there it's possible that I can do something without a honey. It's not likely. Oh, and then there's one. I saw one. The yearbook girl. So sometimes I do them without. See, I really like the yearbook style pictures, like when they get their little moment in the sun. I'm trying to think where I have the yearbook photos. I think those are in. I didn't bring that bin out. Okay. So we will save my yearbook photos for next time. And we will pull out one of the girls with the really bright top that's going to look amazing with this background. Okay, but she has a little too much a white strip going on here. Okay, do I just want to put it down? Oh, I don't know. Decisions, decisions, decisions. All right. I'm going to keep this, see the difference if I bring her down here and then pop her up here? I feel like it looks better if she's up here. It keeps this base, it keeps that like foundation. It just really keeps it strong. Penny says, my faves back in the day were Pac-Man, Centipede, Tetris, and Yoshi. I haven't played a video game since Yoshi. Oh, do I even know what Yoshi is? I think it's that does he look like a little mushroom? Is that Yoshi? All right, tell me in the comments, what was your favorite game when you were a teenager? What was your favorite game at the arcade? And yes, isn't that crazy, you guys, that we had arcades that we used to go to? Tell me what your favorite video game was at the arcade. I'm sticking with my answers. I'm going with Dig Dug, Burger Time, and Ladybug. Oh, okay. It's a green dino, is Yoshi. I can vaguely remember them. They're kind of like poofy, like a puffy, cute little character, if I recall correctly. Not, I don't think I'm as familiar with that one. Obviously. Okay, Chris is going with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, two. Specifically two at the arcade. Lacey's going with Hubert. Heather's going with Pac-Man and Tetris. Sherry Susan's Pac-Man. Ellen is Pac-Man. Penny is Pac-Man. I was not good at Pac-Man at all. I think I could get to the second level and that was it. Kelly's going with Centipede and Galaga. And Jen is going with Pac-Man. Lisa's going with Space Invaders. I didn't like that game. Bethany was a pinball girl. She liked the pinball. Erica was a skee ball. She liked that versus the video games. Erica, did you play skee ball at like Chuck E. Cheese? That was the only place I can think of that offered skee ball, like where I lived. I lived in San Diego. And when they came to San Diego, that was the only place I can remember being offered that. So I'm just curious where you got to play. Ray says, any type of pinball. Miss Lori, hello. Mrs. Pac-Man. Yeah, my dad was a Mrs. Pac-Man fan. Hello, Miss Melody. My favorite arcade game was Space Invaders. And we have a retro arcade where I can still play it all there. That's awesome. Justine says Pac-Man. Anna says Centipede. Nancy, hi, Nancy, says Asteroids. Robin says Pac-Man. Benita, good to see you. Donkey Kong. Oh, Benita, you're the first one to say Donkey Kong. That was a fun game. Do you guys remember Donkey Kong? Another game I wasn't good at. I wasn't good at video games. Okay. Erica says yes at Chuck E. Cheese, but somewhere else, and I can't remember where. Justine says Mortal Kombat. That's not really a game I would have pictured you liking. Melody says yes to Donkey Kong. Jen says we didn't have Chuck E. Cheese where I lived. We went to Mr. Gotti. Oh, that sounds like an Italian restaurant. Justin says if skee ball is an option, that was my fave. Cat Mom says Buck Hunter. Jennifer Red Rose, I love skee ball and Mario Brothers. Oh, Jen says it was Mr. Gotti's Pizza. Erica says maybe it was like at a bowling alley. Okay, now she's got to think. Terry says, loved Pac-Man. My dad and I played. Hi, Miss Jan. She says, I can't handle it. Please. Oh, I'm stressing Jan out with my partial diamond. All right, Jan. Okay, you make a good point. She says, if I had truly played Tetris, I would make that correction. I would not accept it was didn't fit perfectly. All right, you make a good point. I'll remove that. Those of you who are having anxiety at the thought that you had to stare at that diamond that wasn't fitting in there just right. I apologize that I've caused you discomfort. I'm sending you a hug through the through the chat room. Okay, Lawrence says, I'm older. We didn't have any arcades in our town. It was pool or ping pong. Ping pong's good. Mark loves ping pong. Another thing I'm bad at. Chris says I was more into Donkey Kong than Donkey Kong Country. I never even heard of that. Was he not was he more wild and free? Donkey Kong Country. Um, Oh, Halia says the only game I played and I used to make cry to my little brother who still has a game addict. I haven't played him in a long time. Well, I hope when you get a chance you make him cry. Pac-Man and Cubert. Mostly I play skee ball. I still love skee ball. A lot of skee ball fans here. Hi, Serenity. She says Pac-Man for her. Another Canadian in the house. Robin says we had an arcade on St. Pete Beach when I was growing up. Street Fighter, Halia says. I can hear the Street Fighter in my head. The sounds that they make. Skee ball for Alyssa. I forgot about Donkey Kong. Okay, Jan says she can breathe again. All right, I'm glad. Jeez, I would not want that on my conscience. That I had crafters down. Crafters down. My favorite was the machine that gave you a picture of your future husband. Mary Allen, I did not know of this machine. Boy, that would have saved me a lot of time. A lot of time and heartache. I wish I'd known of this machine sooner. Okay, Chris says it's a Super Nintendo game. Interesting. Oh, that's fun. Betty Joe, the air hockey, playing with your kids. Air hockey's a fun game. Okay. Since I put her down, I can't really. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can get her shoulder up. Oh, I can. All right. I'm kind of wishing I'd put her down on top of this. So I have the sprinklers outside going on the lawn. They've been out there watering quite a while. I should probably go turn them off. I'm so proud of how green that grass out there is. It's amazing. For someone who's not had, I've not had my own yard. I've lived in apartments most of my adult life. And then the few times that we were renters in a house, like yard work was just not a thing. I'm not a yard person. So it has just been a point of, you know, I don't want to say pride because we're not supposed to be prideful, but let's just say a little point of pride of like caring for this property, like this little place we are living, trying to bring the lawn back to life here. And it just makes me feel so good when I open up my shade and it's all green out there. It's so pretty. And going out and lugging the hoses around, getting all of that, you know, getting all of it. Because for a woman who kills house plants on the regular, and I cannot keep a single thing alive, it's a miracle. Grass is very resilient. Very. Now, I'm very glad I don't have to cut it. They actually came by and cut it today. But I wanted to mention to you, hi, Lisa and Stitches. We are in, why did we come to Reading? That is a very good question. We came to Reading because we had to find someplace to be. At the time, we thought we were going to be able to go back to my mom's house. So we didn't want to go too far. But where she lives, uh, um, this corridor of the state is pretty. It's not an attractive corridor, to be honest. It really isn't. But up here in Reading, it's very, very pretty. It's like a little bitty pocket here and it's very pretty, but it is so hot. I did not have any idea that it got this hot up here in this part of the state. That was a rude awakening, big time. I think so. Oh, so I should update you. So the city my mom lives in has officially given their answer. She has gone through all of the channels. And the answer is no. You cannot have anybody live on your property. They may not stay. They may not visit longer. I mean, they could visit, but they can't stay. So the dream is over. Mark and I cannot be on my mom's property ever again. We can store the RV on our property, but we cannot stay with her. So that is very sad. And yeah, that's very sad. So we were trying to figure out what we were going to do. And we're trying to pivot our business. So need to kind of, we needed to make some decisions. So we applied to be caretakers at a property, close to here, to take care of animals at an animal sanctuary in exchange for staying on the property. So like would be caretakers of the property and the animals. So so far that is a go. That is a yes. So that seems like what we're gonna be doing at least for the near future until we figure out if we're gonna go back to Washington. Everything has to we need to get we need to get business things settled and get things going in a better direction, and so that will make fiscal sense. And then so this is going to be a really big blessing and will help us get things. So we're pivoting and getting our business, so things are gonna finally roll out the way I've, had hoped several years ago. Like I had talked about having a new website and all this stuff. So that is what I have been working on in the background, is getting all of these initiatives and learning how to do some new platforms and get, get workshops done. And so there's all kinds of new stuff happening. So that's why I want to get the Late Night Crafty Club going, because it was such a key part of, doing stuff with the community, and I genuinely miss it. And truthfully, I've been enjoying this process with the cards so much. It's a very easy thing to do. I don't have to worry about like, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do on this live stream? Ever since I decided to start doing this, it's like, oh, I can do any live stream anytime because this is just really easy to do. Okay. So I got this one, and do I want to add another one of these? Lisa asked if I could ever go back to living house. I would love to. Mark and I are really over the RV living. Absolutely. We are very over it. And Um, so that we would have done that a long time ago if we could have. Where what am I looking for? I'm looking for the strips. That's what I'm looking for. I am very tired of being in the RV, to be honest with you. Erica, I think that is probably what we most want to do is go back to Washington. But man, did you guys jack up the prices up there or what? What were you guys doing up there? It used to be so affordable up there. This was the state with the high cost of living, and now that's what's going on in Washington now. So, yeah, it's I'm like I don't even know where I could live up there. So, yeah, so we have a lot of different little things we have to straighten out. So we got a lot of different little initiatives that we need to launch and stuff. And it's just hard because everything takes so much time and I work so slow. It's like, man, I wish I could just launch everything and get it done, but it takes a lot longer than I want. Okay. I love these little things so much. They just are so fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna go with okay, first I'm going to paste it down and then Lisa asked if I've been to Bernie Falls. I have not. Mark and I actually do not go anywhere. We've been really working we both of us have been doing different things. Mark was in school at one point and then he took this little semester off and we've both been learning how to do different things so that we can kind of pivot our business. So like that's all we're doing is learning, working, learning, working. So that's kind of why I've been pretty quiet and stuff on the thing. So, um, but I would love to. I mean, it's a shame because where we're located is like there's like three beautiful national state parks where we are. I mean, it's amazing. They are fun to make, aren't they, Laura? It says these cards are so fun to make. I really encourage you, if you have not been making cards with me, I would really encourage you to make cards with me. It is really, really, really fun. They are so, so simple to make and it's so rewarding, especially when they start piling up, in your little box. I need a tab. Where are my tabs? I should have pulled that out. There's an air conditioner in my room right now and it's kind of blocking. I forgot to pull it out. So I'll have to add that tab later. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I can make a tab because I have my tab punch. I will do that. I have my classic little tab punch. Bye, Chris. Thank you. And tell your wife she was right. She guessed correctly. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I would guess that Spokane would be more affordable, as well as I would also guess that so would Bellingham would be more affordable, would be my guess. Um, okay, I need to find something that will be a good tab for this. Okay. Do I have cardstock? How about a card? The other thing that is happening this year, this fall, which is why I really, 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 really want to so bad launch a event this fall, is it will be our 10-year TRG anniversary. 10 years for the Reset Girl. Is that amazing or what? So, we launched our business in November of 2014. So I would really love to have um, everything well, not everything, but as you know, I'm trying to do like a little rebrand and everything all set up by then. So that's really going to be my goal if I can. Okay, I really not sure. I love this card so much. What time is it? Let's see, it's o'clock. Okay. So this is like a giant tab, right? I feel like if I cut it though, if I punched it, I wouldn't get any of the pink in it, which is why I like this card so much. So that would defeat the purpose of punching it in the first place. So I shall keep going and see if I can find something else to create a punch, a tab with. I'm not going to give up. I have paper here that I'm going through. Some of it's like our journal cards from like our past collections. So like I was going through our stuff. I was looking at like older things we have, and then I was looking at like what I can design for the future, you know, like what are my little what are my abilities to like design some cool workbooks and stuff for doing like little short retreats, you know, stuff that would really benefit you. I don't want to just do stuff for fun. I want it to actually benefit you. Stuff that you could, you know, work on throughout the year. How about a ticket? Let's try a ticket. I need a contrasting color, not a matchy color. Is there a Okay, so I know that I think this is the answer is to punch one of something in this ephemera box. What it is going to be is not solved yet. Well, thank you guys very much. I know, right? 10 years? Hello. Isn't that wild? I can't believe it's been 10 years. So our wedding anniversary is 10 years at the end of this month, and then 10 years for our business. If you have followed us for a really long time, you might remember that we had my first giveaway I did on my Instagram was the Reset Girl Weds, that hashtag, because I was heading off to get married. And that's how we started off, was getting married and then starting our sticker business shortly after that. And I quit my job, and that's what we decided to do. Okay. Is that what I like? Do I want to do that? I like the drive-in theater. I kind of wonder though, like using some of this ephemera as like a tab is kind of neat. It just adds like a little extra something. I'm trying to decide. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lacey. Yeah, when I look back at things, I ask myself, like, if you had it to do over, where would you have, like, you know, changed some of the decisions that you made? It's kind of interesting when you kind of revisit some of the business decisions that we made. You know, I would have done some things very differently, but we did not know. There's so many things you that I didn't realize at the time that I did not know. I did not know how to. we didn't know how to run a business. We didn't know there's so many things that you think you think you're doing the right thing or that you're doing good. And then you realize, wow, I actually didn't know what I was doing. And that can be really hard to deal with, is realizing like you're maybe not as good at this as you thought. Some people make it look so easy, they have so much success and it just comes so easy, their acumen, their business acumen. And I would not say that I have felt that way about myself at all. So it has been very interesting, I would say. But what I would say that has been the thing that has really propelled me forward and has made me feel like um made me feel really good is the fact that I've had so many lovely people that I have direct contact with. Like, like right now, I said I'm going to have a live stream, and then a bunch of lovely ladies in my community showed up. That's priceless. There's companies that, there's businesses all over the world that would, love that. And so that's like a priceless to me that I have that gift, that's wonderful. Not everybody has that. So while I may not have done so many things right, um, I have been blessed. So I'm very appreciative that you girls are here and that you still show up and still interested in what I have to offer, or, you know, and I have some really cool, there's a lot of really fun things that I have been investing in to kind of, change what I do and offer. And so it's hopefully going to be like going in a really good direction. So I like this a lot. There's a part of me that feels like it just needs a little something. I I'm a little scared to use ink. Adele from Inky Quill, she's so very much the just drop ink on everything. And she's so good at it and it looks so effortless, but I'm like, I'll buy the things, but then I'm scared. I'm so scared to use them. So, well, thank you. I so appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. So what I've watched her do, because she's the reason why I have even wanted to try buying some of these things is I well, that just makes my heart sing that you girls still have things that, from stuff that you bought from me, that you still have things you bought from me. And well, thank you, Lisa. I plan on doing this until I am a little, well, I can't say little gray-haired lady because I already am, but I plan on doing this until the end. I don't have any plans on stopping. I know a lot of people think in terms of like retirement. I don't. I don't want to, like, I don't think in that at all. I don't think like I need to retire from this. Oh my gosh, why would I want to do that? This is fun. I just want to be better at it. That's all. I just want to do it properly. I just want to run a proper business. Is that too much to ask? Okay. Okay. Am I doing it right? I feel so proud of myself. Oh, is there a square? Do I have a square for this? Look how much ink that is, you guys. It is literally mounded up on my, can you see this? I'm terrified of getting that anywhere. Can you tell? That is literally mounded up. Okay, you can't tell. It looks totally flat on camera.
This is a recipe for disaster, is your
I know.
pounding on your hand.
I know, but that's what you have to do. It's a
No, what I'm saying is where you have the bottle at.
Okay, it's a technique.
Okay. The technique is spill the bottle.
Yes. Look, it's 10 years in. It's been a while since we've had yes, we haven't had a fire. We haven't had a map burning. What is that? What else did we do? What was the other thing that happened? I forget. There's one other thing. I'm only remembering part of it. What's the other event that happened? There was the fire that caught fire, and what was the other thing? All right, Justine. Okay, well, those of us will be hanging out to the bitter end. Thank you. I appreciate that. Spill the wine and fire detector. Were they two separate events? Okay, I guess they were two separate events. Yes, and the carbon monoxide went off after not the fire like you'd think so. It happened when the drink got spilled. All right, so this was not as amazing and impressive as I thought it was going to be. That is scary. So this page is super scary. They are super wet. You know what these look like? These look like the little enamel dots. That is what they are. They're enamel dots of ink. Who thought this was a good idea? Who put me up to this? All right, I need to do something. So, I don't know. What time is it? 8:06. I need to finish building my settlement. I have people that need help right in my settlement. I have blot those with paper. A roll of paper. All right, girls, I shall do as you say. See, because this is the stuff I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. There's some things I know how to do, and there's some things I do not, which is why I tend not to do the things I don't know how to do. See? When Adele does it, it looks like super splattery, but maybe it's because I was doing it so short. Like, I don't know. I thought I was doing it like she does it, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so I had some things. All right, I listened to this girl I don't know, a few months ago, and she did this really great she did this great video. She was standing in a field of like trees, like a grove of trees, and she was just riffing. I mean, I wish I could do a video like that where I was just spouting off such great wisdom, like she was just one brilliant thing after another. And at the end of everything she had to say, she was gesturing to the trees, and she made this comment about, referring back to the entire story. And she said, just put the seed in the ground, which referred to like whatever your great idea is, whatever that thing is, that you're putting off or telling yourself you can't do, just put that seed in the ground. Because nothing's ever gonna happen unless you at least put the seed in the ground, right? You can't see growth, you can't see success unless it actually gets planted. And it just in the moment, it was just such a profound statement. So I was like, I want that on a card. So that is what I want to say, because that's what I want to do with the Reset Girl. The reset that I have been for all these years trying to do and never getting to the thing that I have always wanted to do with it, which was to focus on, helping people with the, aspects of resetting their lives and just creating tools. And if that was something that, my take on how I wanted to help people do that, because that was something that I was actually good at. And and everybody has a different way of approaching things. So I think creativity can be a really great tool for helping you process and get confident, in yourself and so I really like these. These turned out really good. So, all right. So I'm going to take a second to talk about, this will be a good ad break at 8:10 towards the end here. So I mentioned that these are the prototypes that we're working on for a future product. So yes, Laurette, you are an amazing example of someone who's, you know, pressed forward, put the seed in the ground, and look how you have flourished. My goodness, that is amazing. So we have 2 products in the store. So I have emailed everybody on my newsletter list about the daily dashboards that I launched. These are this really fun planner tool that I have really been enjoying, and I created these because I just wanted a simple analog way of having a peaceful place on my desk that was not trying to get my attention and have notifications and distracting me with other tabs. It is just this simple little analog place to keep my routines in front of me morning and evening. And I have really been loving them. So the set includes a page for each day of the week, so you can print them out all year long. And there is a key that explains the features of the sheet. So these are in the store. They are a Girl Friday edition. Oh, and I made the sheets fillable. So this part of the sheet has little digital boxes so that you can type in what your routines are, because you do tend to keep the steps of your routine pretty routine, right? And I didn't want you to have to fill that in every single day. That I don't like doing that. So I tend to type mine up. So I've made them fillable so that you could type yours up too. And if you ever want to change it, you can go and tweak it and change it if you need to, and then reprint it. So these are in our shop right now. If they sell well, if people are interested in them, I wanted to keep cranking them out. I just wanted to see how they would do. But I wanted to make other versions of them as well, use other purpose for them. I wanted to make some that were for like your self-care day, or for your quiet time, I also wanted to make some that were for like the fall, for like seasonal reasons. And then this is our August Wholehearted Sheets. So this is another digital product that's in the store. This is August, so they look really great with our sheets. And these are also for documenting your month, and they are in there too. So we have 2 digital products available right now. And then Mark and I are working on 3 new sticker sheets. So this is going to be one of them. And then this is going to be another, these little tiny baby hexies. And these are sized for the index cards. So they're really teeny tiny, so that you can build little tiny patterns on the index cards. And they have little faces, like little faces from yearbooks and stuff. They're really cute. And then these have not been sized down yet. I'm just working on the patterns. And then there'll be little baby diamonds too. So we're working on that. So these will be 3 new types of stickers that will be going into the store when they are done. Those are prototypes. I just wanted to show you what was coming out and what we have coming to the store. It is 8:14. So I have 2 cards to show for all of that, and a very well watered lawn because I have let that water run all this time. Okay, so let me get a sip of water. Okay, so it is 8:15. I wanted to try to stop at the 2-hour mark. I know that I did a fair amount of chatting versus crafting. So next Friday, I will be having another Late Night Crafty Club. So if you are able to join me, that would be awesome. Join me live. Bring your bingo sheet. And I would really encourage you to grab some cards and craft some cards with me. I'm going to be keeping up this card initiative for quite a while because I'm going to be using these cards for a workshop. So I'm trying to assemble a lot to like use for photography and then work them into the workshop. I wanted to show like uses for the card, and then I wanted to do a proper, explanation of why and how these 5-minute, bite-sized crafting is so good for you in keeping up a creative flow and helping you through those little dry spells, helping you, get out of those little dry spells. That's what they did for me. During the era before you saw the playbook, um, I very much was in that terrible place where I was not crafty. I did not feel creative whatsoever. And it was really, really challenging because I was on a schedule for myself where in that time where I was doing the Late Night Crafty Club like every Friday. I believe it was like every Friday at that point, maybe every other Friday. I can't remember how often I was doing it, but I was not at a point where I was like I had ideas. I didn't know like what am I going to craft tonight? All the way up until I went live, I was trying to think of something to do because I just didn't have any inspiration. There was nothing coming to me. And finally it was me sitting down to work on this card project um that finally sprung me forward. It sprung me out of um that feeling of feeling trapped that I had nothing to give. And it just was like a little uh it was like a waterfall poured forth of creativity. And after that came Camp Wannacraft. It came the playbooks, and it it was wonderful. I mean, so much, so many workshops, teaching workshops live. There's so many ideas that I had after that. And it was just the idea of like doing a little craft helped break me free of that. And I learned some little techniques like on my own that I really realized like I love doing this. And it taught me like a little signature things that I grew to love in my crafting and that I always do now because I learned doing them from that. So that little lesson, that season of going through that, really this left a huge imprint upon me. And that is something that's so meaningful to me that I really, really, really want to share because I feel like that's a very foundational part of resetting something. For someone who sees themselves as a creative person, a crafting person, maybe ordinarily you'd be crafting, but you just don't feel it, or or you feel down in your life. A lot of times there's different issues that we go through, whether it be our health or life circumstances or grieving, that can often spiral us into depression or feeling blue or low energy, are the season of life that we're in, going through menopause, going through, different circumstances with our children, even when they're adults, the things going on in the world, all of those things can cause us to spiral. Our hormones, all of those things can contribute to a spiral and feeling, a disconnect with yourself. And so this is such an approachable, simple little thing. I mean, it is so easy. This is your canvas. It's a tiny, tiny little canvas. It doesn't take much to fill it up. So that is why I wanted to make the year ahead um, be about this, and that is why I'm encouraging you to 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 really embrace this. And those of you who have and have tried it um, have have really enjoyed it. Have realized, wow, this is really fun. This is really amazing. So and think how incredible it's going to feel when you have like a full little box of them, which is what's going to happen in the workshop. Is I want to show all the different methods of that. So I am just planting seeds because I want to have that workshop so that as we go into 2025, this will be the signature project that becomes the foundation of all the things that I do in the new year. The pocket art challenge, which I personally failed at miserably. It really is such a similar track to this. It really is that small little canvas. It's another small art. I just really like that approach because I feel like if you enjoy it and you're in that flow, you can just make more. But if it's a struggle, all you got to do is this little 3x5. That's it. And you can make a pact with yourself. I'm just doing a 3x5. So there's challenges, there's like creative challenges around the index card. If you look up on Pinterest, or Instagram, ICAD, hashtag ICAD, you'll see that that particular challenge has been around for, I can't remember how many exact years it's been around, but it's a challenge where I think ladies make, I think I don't know if it's based on how many cards you make or how many days it is. I feel like it's a 60-day challenge and you make these cards. So that's an example of people making these a small little project. So hi Sean. I just yes, Anna is bringing up, you always did great dressing the honeys. So I sneaked peeked a couple of books in my last creative reset live stream to show you guys some of the things that were going up on Amazon. I am working on a book with an illustrator of nothing but honeys that are just outlines of honeys that can be colored. So it's like a coloring book is really what it is. But I wanted to do a dress the honeys project with them. So that would be another opportunity to do a fun crafting activity live stream was the dress the honeys, because that was another thing that I really, really, really loved was treating those honeys like, let's dress them up with paper. And so that was another little experiment, trying something and finding out, oh, wow, this is so fun. It's like a little mini project runway. So that is something that I am also working on. Thank you, Anna, for reminding me. So, yes, so I have some fun projects that are in the works that will be going on to Amazon, like that print on demand Amazon. It's called KDP, but as a customer, you won't know that because it doesn't say that when you order it. But that technically is what it is. It's like it's a print on demand system that Amazon offers. So anyway, that is what we will be offering as well. So I have a lot of things in the hopper. It's just my little hopper is very slow. But just know things are happening. I have a lot of stuff happening. I have a little rebrand going. I have a little bitty website project going in the works. I have a new platform that is needs to come to life that will house all of my workshops and retreats that will be offered going forward. That is, I will own for a lifetime. So I invested in a lifetime platform, which means all my customers will have access to it as well. So, so I hope that, that's exciting. At 10 years, I finally am getting my act together. Finally building the brand that I had always hoped for. So, anyway, I hope to see you next Friday. Excellent, Jan. She is getting the heavy index cards. So I did put a link in the description box. I put a link of some heavy duty index cards, as well as some of the products that I've talked about tonight and the skincare products if you were interested. And I only shared with you these because I absolutely love them. I would repurchase these. I will repurchase these in a heartbeat because these were fantastic. And I highly recommend using them as your moisturizer if you're oily skin girl this summer. But these are wonderful to layer with your skincare products in the winter and fall. As your first step getting out of the shower is layering on an essence. It's my first step. I do it in the morning and in the evening. I use 2 different products because I just love them so much. And like I said, they'll be pried out of my cold little dead hands one day because I will never not use these in my skincare routine. They're absolutely wonderful. So these are listed too if you want to give them a try. They're a very inexpensive step in your skincare and your skin just drinks it up. They're wonderful. So, okay. So I should see you back here on Friday, hopefully. Hopefully a little bit more crafting, a little bit less chit. But I don't know. It's unpredictable. I've done that in the past where I said more chat, less. I think I should have said less chat and more chitting, right? Chitting, chat, chit chat. See what I'm trying to do there? Is it crack? I forget how I used to say it. It's been a long time since I was using that expression. It's like riding a bike, and it's been a while since I've done that. So, but the Late Night Crafty Club writes again. Everyone grab your scissors, heavy duty cards, your glue sticks, your ears if you got them, your jammies. I'm wearing my jammies. Everyone come back. I'll see you on Friday. I love your little faces. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Get your gaming on, right? I love that how many of you guys remembered your favorite games. We were gamers at one time. But I will be gaming. I will be riding my horsey. And I will see you guys in the next live stream. But I love you. Thank you for showing up tonight. Now go get some sleep. Love you. Bye. I have to stop streaming now. Hopefully I will remember what to do because I didn't remember last time. Okay. Love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can